gonna have a good day.
All right, the book is called Dead Execs Don't Get Bonuses, written by our friend, Dr. Joel Kahn, America's, what are we calling you?
Holistic Heart Doc.
America's Holistic Heart Doc. We have to share him with the rest of the country. It's not just ours. So tell me about this new book that you've written. Why did you write it, first of all? Specifically geared towards career-driven type A people?
Well, I was invited to give a lecture to a big group of CEOs in November, and I had actually 15 minutes, and they told me, grab our attention and motivate us to make a change. And I came up with this kind of provocative title.
Yeah.
These were not just execs, but like you said, hard-driven corporate people that might make a little more time for career than they're making for family and their own health.
Okay.
And it resonated. They came up to me and were just very positive, get this out in a book. We want to share it with our rank and file, our employees, relatives, and so this is the first book I've ever self-published, kind of boom, boom, boom. It came out in a couple months, and it hit #1 in 3 countries last week. So
it did?
It did, actually.
Congratulations.
So, thank you.
What are the main points that we take away from this? What are we doing wrong?
Yeah, it's to point out that unfortunately, the #1 killer in America is difficult to diagnose, and it is preventable, and it is reversible. So it's a hopeful thing if you find out you have it, but don't wait to the emergency room or worse. And very interestingly, this book's been out about 3 weeks. Just last week, the American College of Physicians, a very prestigious group, said at your physical, you really shouldn't get an EKG, you shouldn't get a stress test. So they've taken away what might lead somebody to find out that they have silent heart disease, but they didn't say what to fill it in with. Well, it was like perfect timing, because this book is about what to fill it in with. And as we've mentioned on this show before, there is a heart CAT scan. This is one of the ways. You might be walking around with all this white stuff, which is calcium, which is plaque, which is silent, potentially life-threatening disease. This test is available in town for $75 or $150.
That's a heart CAT scan.
A heart CAT scan for that hard-driven career person, or really pretty much anybody about age 50 who wants to know for sure that this process isn't building up. So that's the thrust of the book. Get checked, then learn how to prevent it, learn how to reverse it, and it's a pretty simple program.
The idea is don't get too busy with career or with whatever you're doing to forget about making sure you're not doing damage.
Yeah, you know, sadly, every chapter in this book, and it's a pretty short read, it's actually just 99 cents as an electronic book, because I want people to read it. It begins with an executive who died at the office and was in a position to clearly have checkups.
Why is that? Is there something, though, particular to these executives, or using the word executive, but in particular to people who are very career-driven or motivated? Is there a higher stress level?
Probably all that's true, but I used it to highlight the fact that these people probably had access to some pretty good medical care. That wasn't the limitation. It's more the knowledge. It's more taking the time. It's more knowing really the right questions to ask. Ask your doctor, can I get a calcium scan? Can I get an advanced cholesterol test? Find out. But most people, this is what astronauts get routinely. You can't go into space without this evaluation. You can't become a president anymore without this evaluation. So my plea is, let's treat everybody like astronauts and presidents and get the best. And actually, it's not expensive. It's actually pretty reasonable.
So the message is not for just executives. It could be for anybody, a stay-at-home mom or somebody who's retired, for anybody. In other words, figure out the right screening for you and make sure, because by the time your body starts telling you something's wrong, when it comes to your heart, it's
you're in big trouble.
Too late.
It's a new paradigm. This is aggressive, in your face, find out. But it's much like the colonoscopy. People call this test the heart mammogram. You know, go to the organ, see what's going on.
What age do you have to start getting this heart mammogram?
Well, if you're not leading the right life, smoking, or if you've developed diabetes, or if you had a brother or sister at age 40 have a heart attack, early 40s, I'd think about it. There are many people who have dropped dead in their early 40s, and they could have been identified. The usual person about age 50. Go once, get this done.
So, yeah, it depends on your risk factors.
Yeah, enjoy life. You know, I tell so many people they've got the arteries of a 20-year-old, and like the stress goes away. And
right, then you have that peace of mind.
Tremendous. That's about 50% of people get tremendous peace of mind at age 50 or 60.
That's nice. All right, good. Well, congratulations on the new book.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Good job.